everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to start playing some Payday 2. Now I'm going to try to keep my voice down a little bit because it is late at night and my wife and the baby are asleep and I don't want to wake them up by screaming. So hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm going to try and keep it down. Now this first video is going to just be an intro to the game. I'm going to tell you, kind of teach you how it works and show you around the menus and stuff. So if you want to see gameplay, please hit the link in the description, go to the first heist, and we'll rob some people over there. But if you want to stick around, I want to tell you a bit about this game, show you around, because I really like the game, but it's kind of hard to get into. Where do I begin? I got this game a couple years ago. This game just turned 3 years old, like this past week. So it's been out for a couple years. And I actually played it on a Steam free weekend. They were like, hey, play Payday 2 this weekend for free. I thought I'd check it out, and I really enjoyed it, so I bought it on that sale. And even though I had a lot of fun playing it, it was really confusing at the beginning because there's a lot of stuff going on in this game that once you've played it for a while, it all makes sense. But when you're seeing it for the first time, it's really confusing. So I want to show you what's going on. The reason I'm starting Payday now is twofold. First of all, I had a really crappy week. Like, half the week at work was really frustrating, and I was in a bad mood. And I was like, you know what, I've been playing a lot of slow games, like Armello's kind of relaxing, and, you know, I played through Undertale a while ago, which was, you know, a quirky RPG type thing. And I'm like, you know what, I'm not in a good mood. I want to shoot some people. Right, so we're going to shoot some people in this game, and we'll all feel a lot better. But the second reason why I'm doing this now is because I just went infamous in this game, which basically means that I've played this game quite a bit, and I went from level 1 to 100, saved up lots of money, and then I just went infamous, which basically made me start completely over. But I'll get more to that in a second. So let's take a little look around here. We got quit, options, credits, a couple informational tabs, but what you're going to be using most are these top two sections. So let me show you what I'm talking about. If you buy Payday 2, you get in, you're like, alright, I'm going to play. We'll go to CrimeNet here. And this is what you see. You're not going to have any idea what you're looking at. I certainly did not. This is very confusing. But this is basically server selection. In other games it would just be a list, or maybe choose a level to play, but in this, for some reason, they did this map, which is a cool idea, but it's very confusing and you have no idea what you're looking at. So I'll explain that to you. Let's talk about the game in general here. Payday 2, it's the sequel to Payday, obviously. I never played the first one. It is a game about heists, about being the criminal organization. You and a couple other criminals roll into an area, you rob a bank, you steal gold or break into a building or whatever, and then you get out with all of your spoils. That's fun, right? It's kind of like Left 4 Dead. It's cooperative. You know, there's up to 4 of you, and you're not trying to compete. You're all trying to work together to pull off the heist successfully. It's kind of like the beginning of the second Batman movie with the Joker and his gang breaking into that bank, except everyone doesn't kill each other at the end. You know, you're all on a team. So when you go to CrimeNet here, what you're doing is choosing a server to join. And can I filter this down a bit? Make it a little easier to read. Okay, so say you look at this one. This little 4-person thing shows you how many people are in the lobby. There's 1 person, and there's 3 spots available. It tells you what mission it is, boiling point. It tells you who's running the lobby, that blue name up there. Missions with these white squares in the circle kind of counting down, those are empty servers, so those are missions that you can jump in and start up the game yourself, kind of take control of that. These yellow skulls below the name indicate the difficulty. It goes from no skulls up to 4 skulls, and 4 skulls is very, very difficult. You will get murdered very quickly. So don't attempt that until you're very good at the game. However, the more skulls you play with, the higher the payout is. You'll make more money and you'll get more experience. So, when you feel comfortable, you wanna try harder difficulties because you get paid more, and that's the point. So that's CrimeNet. There's CrimeNet Offline, which we will be using to start here. And this is basically just a single-player mode where you can... and this is a good place to start because you can try the different levels. There you get to AI bots to help you out. They're not that smart, but they'll shoot enemies for you, so that's something. So you can see all the games that are starting up here are all empty because no one else is playing. This is offline. So that's where we're going to start. We're going to play some offline heists so I can show you, how the game runs and kind of what you do in each different heist. And that's a good place to start. And then once you're comfortable with the heists themselves, you know what to do, then that's a good time to go online, play with some other people, maybe tackle a harder difficulty, because you all already know what to do in the level, and then you'll all get paid more. What else is important? Oh yes, I just went infamous, right? So this is the infamy web, I guess. I hit level 100. I had, $200 million saved in my offshore account, and that means I could gain infamy. And all I did with my first infamous point was get sunglasses to wear, as you can see here. I can now hold this cool Joker card. Everybody knows how sweet I am. But I am level 0 now. It took all of my money. I only have I have $3 million now, but that's just because I sold some items after going infamous. But it takes all your money, all your levels, and all your skills, and locks a lot of your equipment. So I'm missing all the things that I'm used to playing this game. So hopefully I don't die too much. Probably the most important menu you'll want to look through is inventory. You can see on this cool woman here, Clover, they have lots of different characters, and which one you pick doesn't really matter. It's just whoever you like. They all say different things. They, have different starting masks that they wear. But it's really personal preference. I actually bought Clover in a DLC pack, so I like using her. I think she's cool. Everybody gets masks to wear. There's lots of different mask options, and these are the kind of the ones that I was using. La Castlevania I used a lot. Some kind of robotic dinosaur saber-toothed tiger skull. I don't know. I made it all orange, and it's got a laser eye. I like that. And then I was also using this Sputnik mask. It makes me look like a space station. And there's lots of different options. But those were my two favorites. But I just unlocked these sunglasses, so we're going to use them to start out. You get primary weapons, secondary weapons, lots of options there. Different melee weapons. I'm going to use brass knuckles, but you can shiv people with a toothbrush and hit them with a shovel. Let's see, different equipment that we can bring in, from first aid kits to bags of ammunition, trip wire bombs, lots of different things. And what we're going to bring is my favorite, the sentry gun. A little gun you can set up and it'll shoot people for you. There's 7 different kinds of armor, but right now all we have is a suit, which is not really armor. We're going to get shredded by bullets. Come down here to perk decks. Perk decks is something that they added in an update later on, where you get points to kind of move up these deck cards as you play, and they give you different bonuses. So I filled out 2 of the decks. There's quite a few of them, but the one that I like to use is Muscle, which basically gives me a lot more health. And having finished it, I also regenerate a small amount of health, so I thought that would be pretty useful in all situations. But there's a lot of different ways to go. And then my favorite area of this menu is the skills, which actually they have totally revamped since last time I was playing. So this whole menu looks different than what I'm used to. I believe that all of these skills are the same ones that I'm used to, but they've been reorganized, so I'm really going to have to spend some time looking through this. But basically what we have is 5 different trees of skills and abilities. When the game launched, there were these first 4, but they added Fugitive later. And as you level up, you'll get points to put into the trees and get you more things. So you've got the Mastermind, which is kind of like the leader and also support. They are good at healing people. We have a medic tree over here now. They do first aid kit type things, doctor bags, so that everyone can patch themselves up after being shot a bunch. They're also good at taking hostages, and they can even turn some enemies to your side, like take a security guard and make him fight for your side, which is very helpful. And looks like they've also got some weapon perks, which I'm not too familiar with. But Medic and Controller are the 2 standout things about Mastermind. Enforcer is the big guns. They are really good with shotguns, wearing big, heavy armor, and they can put out ammo bags, and they make ammo bags better, so they've got all the bullets and guns, and they're super tough, and yeah, they're just really beastly. I actually like playing as an Enforcer because you can just run through, blasting everybody in sight, and you don't have to worry about dying too much because you're wearing super heavy armor, you've got lots of health. That's fun. Technician is the one that I usually play with. That's probably what I'm going to play with this time through as well, because I like gadgets. They're kind of the gadget person. They can improve the sentry gun a lot, so you can have a couple sentry guns around with lots of bullets, and they'll cover your butt while you're trying to steal things. They'll shoot all the enemies. Also, in most of the heists in this game, most of the levels, you have to use drills to get through doors, through safes, etc. And everyone can use the drills, but technicians make them better. They make them run faster, and the drills break down quite often, but a technician can keep them running longer, stuff like that. And what is the Oppressor? Oh, another gun thing. They improve their guns. The Ghost specializes in stealth. They move faster, they move more quietly, they can usually steal small items like necklaces and cash bundles without anyone noticing. They're good with silenced weapons, and they can use ECM jammers, put a little device on the wall and it'll knock out electronic signals like video cameras and people's cell phones, stuff like that. Very useful, but I'm not very good at playing as a ghost, to be honest. And then the Fugitive, what they added later, I also don't know that well, but as far as I can tell, they're good at staying alive. They can dodge bullets, they have a chance to dodge. They put down small first aid kits that people can pick up. And what else do they have? Oh yeah, they're kind of like a dodge bullets and run around like going crazy, killing people type of thing. I think they can dual wield pistols. So it's kind of odd. I'm not too familiar with it, but those are kind of the 5 things you're dealing with now. So when we level up, we'll get some points we can put into these trees and kind of pick which skills we want, and that's always my favorite thing in games. So those are all the different things you can choose here, and I think that's most of the important stuff. Oh, I miss all my skills. I was so powerful at level 100. Like, I had super gadgets and lots of big guns and big armor, and I felt awesome, and now I've just got this suit and I can't do anything special, and it sucks. But that's okay, we'll get there again. The last thing we're going to look at is the safe house, which in essence is a place for you to practice. That's another thing. When I first got the game, I had no idea what they were talking about. They're like, go to the safe house? And I'm like, why do I want to go to this house where there's nothing to steal and no enemies? I didn't understand it. But it's really just a place for you to, practice the controls and see how things work. So here you can see this is kind of our house that we've bought or rented. That's the front for our evil criminal organization in the basement. So we go down here. And we are in casing mode right now. In a lot of the levels you'll start in casing mode, which is basically you're incognito, you just look like a normal person. Nobody knows that you're going to try and rob and kill them soon. But you can't do anything suspicious You can't, steal anything or break into anything until you've put your mask on. So we'll go ahead and hold F and put on our mask, which right now is these sunglasses.
Okay, let a lady get her face on.
Alright, and once we've put our mask on, you can't take it off anymore, but we're able to do everything that we want to do. I can now shoot people. I can now break through doors. So let's go through these little practice rooms here so you can see what we're going to be doing, and then we'll get to heisting. So this is a room for practicing on doors. There's different ways to open doors. And you can see when you come up to a door or a safe or anything, it'll show these squares showing you the different ways you can get through. So we can pick the lock, that's what the screwdriver means. If we have a handheld saw, we can saw through the door, but I did not bring one. And this is also saying with these simple doors, like a door you might have in your house, you can just shoot the lock and it should open. There we go. We can shoot this one too, but let's go ahead and pick it. Just takes a few seconds. There we go. Alright, here's a more complicated door. You can see there's a spot for an ECM jammer. If we were playing as a ghost, we could put it there and it would knock out the electronic security. If we had a key card, we could open the door. We can saw the door open. If we have C4, we can blow the door open. And then we can also start using the drill. What other doors are there? Let's grab this key card. We'll do the key card. Put it in there. Door open. No problem. Alright, what's the next one? Next one has C4, lockpick, or saw, which we've seen. And I'll just walk around that one. And that one has lockpick and saw also. And we can shoot that one over. Open, rather. Okay, what's in the other rooms here? Oh, this is our vault, where I'd keep my offshore account if I had any. Actually, I still have some money in here, but I had, what, 200 million more dollars before I went infamous, so it's a start. Alright, over here. Yeah, so you can see all of our masks. We've got this nice Santa mask for playing around Christmas. These other ones I've made. And there's lots more to get, and you can customize them with different colors and patterns and so on. But that's what I have right now. Here's a couple of guns I have left over from the Infamy. There's a practice range for shooting. And then this last room shows you how to open different kinds of safes. So we have a small safe here. If you have C4, you can blow it open. You can... this little thing with the screwdriver and the lockpick is a lockpicking... prompt, but not everyone can use it. Only ghosts who have a certain high-level skill can pick a safe by hand. So we're going to have to use the drill, and this is very common. So we'll throw the drill on. It makes noise. It can tell you how long it's going to take, 170 seconds. So you just have to wait for it. And there's a lot of drilling in this game. Same options on this one, so we'll go ahead and drill it. And same on this one. And as Bane is saying, the drills make noise, so if civilians wander near them, they might get agitated and contact the police. So these drills will go, and once the timer runs out, they'll open the safe for you. But for some reason, all the drills are like really shoddily made, so every once in a while they'll break down and start making a loud clunking noise, and then you have to go fix them. Very annoying. But that's just how it works. Like this. Then you gotta go and unclog the drill and get it going again. Alright. And, here's my sentry gun, which is also new. Last time I played, and since launch, the sentry gun has been like a briefcase that you open up, and it puts down a gun, and now it's this little thing on spider legs that you can actually pick up. The old one you couldn't pick up. Once you put it down, it was stuck there for the rest of the game. But these you can actually move around. So I gotta get used to this. Shut up, drills. Anyway, now you know the basics of the game. If you watched up to this point, thank you very much. That's all the boring stuff out of the way. So let's start robbing people.